My name is Karen Rogger, and I am the president of Rogger Resources Group. And we are an executive recruitment firm. We have clients globally, so we do have clients here, domestic as well as global, specializing in accounting, finance, and information technology. My job as a full cycle recruiter, I will go out and procure those clients, which means cold calling. Most of my clients are long-term relationships that I've had over 20 years, that whatever company they move to, they bring me with them. So as a recruiter, I then will, once I secure a position that my client wants me to do a search for, it can be a confidential search or a search that they also have posted out there, but they're not having any luck on finding the right candidate, or maybe they want us to target their competitors and they don't want their recruiters calling into those companies and causing any problems with their HR department. So I will post positions on LinkedIn, primarily is what I use to find top talent. Normally I place anywhere from 25 to 30 people a year in different roles. And this year with COVID, it's been a little interesting, but normally we're 25 to 30 placements a year that we make. So we go from finding the candidate, interviewing, doing a very thorough interview with the candidate, either via Skype or Teams or Zoom, what we have today. Then we do a summary write-up about that candidate and why that candidate would be a great fit for that organization. We do all the prep for the candidate, so they know who they're meeting with, they know everything about that person's background. We then also do the reference check, background check. Some clients require that I also give them, it's called Prove It evaluations, which are, it could be on Excel, it could be on accounts payable, it could be on coding. And then the client would want to see those as well. Most searches can take anywhere from a week to 6 months, depending on what the client's criteria is. And then there are two types of searches. There's retained search. Retained search is where the company pays me a third up front, a third in the middle, and a third at the end, regardless if I find a candidate or not. Those are called retained searches, and those are normally at your executive level. Then there's contingency search. And contingency search is when a company, we negotiate a fee, so it can be anywhere from 20% to 30% of the candidate's first year annual salary. So 20% of that is what that client will pay me. And I have a 90-day guarantee, meaning that I guarantee that my candidate will pass through probation in 90 days. I can tell you, in the 20 years that I've been in the industry, I have never had a candidate that I had to pay back a fee on because they were not the right fit. It's all about that right fit, about developing that relationship to where your candidate tells you as much as you need to make sure that there is not going to be any red flags that happen throughout the interview process. My background, I wanted at one time to be a fashion designer. So I went to FITM in downtown LA and absolutely loved it. But in fashion, you're working 7 days a week, 15-hour days, and it takes several years before you even make it to an assistant designer with a designer. So I was recruited by the Chicago Tribune to be an HR manager for their location out in Van Nuys, and did that for a couple of years. The Chicago Tribune had to sell that subsidiary of the organization. And I worked with many staffing companies for our warehouse and some of our accounting roles. And I was recruited by Remedy Staffing to come and work for them as a branch manager. And I was their branch manager in downtown LA doing temp and direct hire placement. And my office was the #1 office for 6 years. And then I got married and moved to Germany and lived there for 12 years and stayed in contact with all of my clients when I was away. So when I announced that I was returning back to the US, one of the largest accounts for Remedy was Union Bank, and they reached out to Remedy saying, we're going to follow Karen wherever she goes. You need to bring her back. So I worked for Remedy for a year, and I was just traveling so much. At the time, I had a 10-year-old daughter, and she had never been to America before, so I really needed to spend time with her and transition from there, and opened up my own recruiting firm in 2008. I would definitely recommend that every student have a LinkedIn profile. You also want to take a look at companies that are of interest to you, because LinkedIn is driven by who you're connected to. And that could be indirectly through companies, through groups. So definitely joining groups that are in the field that you'd like to pursue. If it's marketing, you want to join some marketing groups. You want to follow those companies that are of interest to you, because then you're indirectly connected to that company and it makes it easier for them to find you. And then I strongly recommend that all students really get an intern position in the field that they want to work in. And you need to do that really starting in January, because all those slots in June are all taken up by April, because friends and family and referrals are all going to come in, and you may not get that opportunity because you waited the last minute. So you definitely want to get those intern positions, because when a company goes to interview and you want to go in marketing, but you've been waitressing the last 4 years, they are not going to see the correlation unless you've been doing some project work, consultant work on your own, that you have a portfolio that you can show that company. I mean, the world is small with technology, so talent, it is a tough competition out there, but don't ever give up. Keep pursuing. I'm very big on vision boards and grateful boards, and it's helped me to stay focused on what I want to achieve. I usually host a grateful board party and a vision board party once a year with my clients. Started off with one client, now it's up to about 50 people that come to my home. And then the following year, we review what our accomplishments were. It really helps you to stay focused and to achieve goals that you know you can achieve. So you have some success stories along the way.